The donkeys are ready to go. So, I've taken that as my cue to get this show on the road. I love that. Let's get Andrew up here. Hashflow will be joining us soon as well. But, I love that, man. The donkeys are out here setting the energy early, setting the tone. Respect that. So, how we doing, guys? We got a dope fucking stage here. Donkeys, how we doing? Blockmates, how we doing? Lambo, how we doing? Andrew, how we doing?
Yo,
Yo, all good, all good.
we're doing Ellen.
Oh, fucking chilling, guys. I've been looking forward to this space all week, honestly.
GM. Thank you for having us up, man. We really appreciate it.
100%. Andrew, how we living, man?
Whoop whoop.
I love that.
So guys, I need to do quick. I wanted to give like a very good alpha like before a lot of people were joining. So here it is.
Bro, you got me excited, man. There's not a lot of alpha going around these days. I thought we were actually going to get something here, but no worries. Let's get Dan up here too. We got the whole squad. I guess. Look, I know who you guys are, but maybe not everybody does. So maybe if you could just start by giving like a little brief background on both of you guys' projects, and then we'll dive right into some questions. So that's cool. Blockmates, you want to go first?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having us as well, guys. I'll try and keep my ADHD hands off the soundboard, but I can't confirm anything because it's getting late here, and we all like fart noises and cow noises, don't we? So, but yeah, I'm grand. Just running through the Blockmates account. I really need to pay more attention to my own personal account and stop rinsing the dopamine on the main business account. But I founded Blockmates. I suppose we're a media company now. Started as a little tiny Squarespace blog that nobody was reading a couple of years back, and for some reason people like the content we put out. So I suppose that's a brief intro for me.
Love that. Donkeys, Lambo, you guys want to take it up next?
Yeah, definitely. So here is a Big Noodle, co-founder of the Lost Donkeys, and I brought up like Lambo with me, which is our CMO. So you guys like maybe already know us, but we're a NFT video game based on Arbitrum. We launched also like a year ago now. It's been like a year ago. Time flies. And we're building a video game and exploring cross-chain video game.
I love that. Lambo, what's up, man?
What's good? Yeah, I'm the CMO of the Lost Donkeys. I've started out as a whale, and I actually started working with the team last summer. We've been absolutely killing it pretty much since then. We became a staple in the treasure gaming community. We are going to drop some alpha on you guys later because our game's coming soon, like really, really, really soon. So see, Noodle cut me off there. I can't say too much.
Don't want to leak the alpha too early. Go ahead, Andrew. Sorry.
I'd just like to acknowledge this is not the first space I've been in that the soundboard has been utilized about every 3 seconds with Lost Donkeys.
Bring another layer of entertainment. We love that. I guess let's get into the questions because we've got some good questions here. I want to make sure we get through as many as we can. Andrew, you want to take point here?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. Why don't we, just to make things easier, I'll let you guys kind of chime in. But first question, obviously, I think all of us know it's been a little bit of a tumultuous last few months in crypto. What makes you guys still bullish on this space? What keeps you here? Why DeFi over TradFi? I think a lot of us share very similar opinions, but would love to get kind of your individual takes.
Blockmates
that's
or Donkey?
Okay.
Noodle, go ahead. Noodle, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go for it. So I feel like it's been like since we're launched, honestly, like there's been like crazy like bear market and shit with like all those FTX and whatever like has happened for this past year. But actually, I think it's nice. It's some kind of a purge, I would say, like of the bad actors or the people who are here for the wrong reason, in this ecosystem and stuff. So I believe in the technology, like and in decentralization, and especially like for video game, people have been just paying for a video game. Of course, like it's a great fun, and you pay for a fun, but you don't really own whatever like you have or whatsoever like in the game, and there is no way that you can monetize the time you spend on gaming, And I believe that this is actually like the future of gaming, you know, like I mean, we've seen it already with a lot of MMORPG, just like World of Warcraft or whatever, where people create marketplace and can actually sell like some items, etc., um, for like real money. So it's just like taking these to the next step, and that's why I'm still here. I'm still very bullish on decentralization, especially for video game, and of course for decentralized finance. But this is just obvious, you know. There is nothing to prove anymore about it. But I think that we're still like very early in the decentralization of video game, and yeah, I'm very bullish on this.
100%. Definitely echo that, man. I play a lot of FIFA. You know, they take some money from me on Ultimate Team every year, and I have nothing to show when the new game comes around. All that money is just flushed down the toilet, but it's okay. We still like taking L's online. So Blockmates, go ahead, man. You know, I would love to hear your perspective on this question as well.
Yeah, I'm partly just stuck here because I don't think any employer in their right mind would employ me or any of the guys who work with us. So kind of just by default stuck here. But on a more kind of broader note, I suppose one thing about this space is we get a lot of shit, right? All the headlines are completely negative, but the people who are in this space are a special breed. And you take that as a double-edged sword. Sometimes they're a bit mental, but the people in this space are completely different and so inviting and welcoming and collaborative. Absolutely love that side of it. And I suppose from a more business perspective, there's so many inefficiencies that when people say inefficiencies in crypto, they think, oh, the markets. Immediately, their minds go to the markets, and yes, they are highly inefficient markets, but there's so many problems to be solved. And as someone who wants to kind of build in this space, the opportunities are completely endless, I think. So that's what's kind of keeping me here and yeah, sticking around through this absolutely brutal time.
Opportunities certainly are endless right now, man. You know, a lot of people have left. The people that are still here are doing some pretty cool stuff. So, you know, let's definitely see what we can do, you know, down the road. Continuing to the next question here, you know, both of your communities are very degen. You know, have you used a lot of dexes? What do you enjoy about these tools? And what is your experience with sexes as well? I guess let's start with Lambo this time. Go ahead.
So, you know, personally, you know, outside of donkeys and stuff, I'm actually a tax accountant. So I deal with, you know, the blockchain on a very different level. You know what I mean? I'm actually still working on clients right now, an extended busy season. So honestly, man, when it comes to dexes and sexes, you know, it's all about personal preference, right? Like it's like one of the first things I talk to new people, especially when they're getting into cryptos. Well, what exchange are you using? Okay, and everyone has a preference, right? It can be X, Y, and Z. The other person can say ABC. You know what I mean? But it's all about what makes us feel comfortable. When it comes to dexes, I'm a little bit more open-minded. I see new things popping up in Arbitrum almost every month. People are making smart decisions to build protocols and bring their projects to Arbitrum for the main purposes of taking care of their community. You know what I mean? Gas fees and different things like that. And I'm really happy to see a lot of different dexes popping up in protocols because I'm one of those people that I'm more than willing to try out different things. You know, whatever makes my time easier in Web3 is really what I'm all about. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on it.
Love that. Love that. Blockmates, what is your take, my friend?
Yeah, much like Lambo was saying there. I think for me personally, I'm trying shit out every single day. I think you have to be very curious in this space, and I think you can kind of define an edge just by being a little bit curious. Sometimes going onto some sites that you shouldn't be going on, trying shit out, and revoking access immediately after trying it out. But the decentralized exchange space, it seems like it's kind of there for the taking. Obviously, we've got Uniswap there. Holding the fort and starting to build a moat around different products that are going to build on top of it. You're starting to see like options protocols being built on UniV3, which is really interesting, and a whole host of projects like GammaSwap that are coming in to try and hedge out impermanent loss. So there's a lot of innovation happening on the DEX front, particularly on UniV3. But I'd like to kind of say I'd love to get to a point in time where we don't necessarily know what chain we're actually using or chain we're actually on, and it's just kind of completely liquid across chains, and the liquidity isn't completely fragmented all over the place. And because it results in a terrible trading environment, right? You can go and pick up an asset on a specific chain. The liquidity is less than dog shit, and you're trying to get in, you're trying to get out, and by the time you've kind of exited the trade, you've been chopped up by slippage, and you're coming out no better off than when you first started. So, very much a lot of room to grow. Love what I'm seeing. Love the concentrated liquidity space. Love anything that's gonna kind of unify chains. And I think centralized exchanges, yep, great as a first port of call, but the more people you can kind of onboard into the whole DeFi space, the better, in my opinion. That's what we're trying to do with the content, trying to make it as accessible for everyone as physically possible, and as removing any intimidation around it, because as soon as people get on chain and start operating, I don't think there's any kind of going back, in my opinion.
Definitely well said. And I guess a follow-up question for you, you guys see a ton of new products and a ton of new projects. Like, what kind of catches your eye? Like, what kind of like jumps out to you, like that helps these projects separate themselves from the sea of other companies that are being built right now? Do you guys have a take on that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, given the very nature of like how open source this space is, if anything's coming across the desk that is potentially just like another fork with a couple of iterations on the UI and the UX, it's just not pushing the boat anymore for me. And I think a lot of people are kind of sick and tired of that. It just has to be something like, we have like a little checklist before we kind of commentate on a project. That has to be kind of innovative, pushing the space forward, novel, because there's no point like regurgitating the same old shit time and time again, is there? So anything that's kind of looking to solve some of the inefficiencies that are very abundant, as I say, keep using the same words over and over again, but something that's unique and novel, that's on a technical level. But I also think, and I'm pretty sure Andrew will back this up, there's a huge kind of UI, UX, marketing, comms disparity between the traditional kind of fintech products that people can know and use without having to be walked through them. And I think the DeFi space sometimes lacks in that, because it's so technical, and that kind of gets left aside. So anything that's pushing the boundaries with regards to like interesting graphics, interesting comms, interesting marketing, stuff like that always piques my interest as well.
Love that. I definitely agree. That catches my attention as well. Lambo, what are your thoughts on this question?
See, with me, I kind of bring it back to something with Web 2. Oh, I think Noodle wants to say something. I'll go ahead and let Noodle answer this question.
Noodle, what's up, brother?
Oh, I think he's rugging. It's okay. I'll go ahead and take this question.
Yeah,
So,
it's
with me, man. Oh, go ahead. There we go. There you go. You're back, Noodle.
Shit. Can you guys?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just like repeating the question. So like, we're talking about
Sorry,
how the amount of projects, products.
No, yeah. Actually, like it's more a question, because like.
Noodle, bro, you're rugging, brother. Let me go ahead and take over, brother.
Yeah.
So,
I got it. No worry.
So,
the thing
so
is that like can you guys hear? It's like I'm sure that.
Oh yeah, we could hear you for a second there, bro. No worries. You come in and out. You're across the pond in Indonesia or something like that. So the network might not be the best, but we'll be patient. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no. I actually had a question more about like, like right now, for example, in a Web3 game whatsoever, like we're trying to erase the blockchain layer in order to onboard more people, and it's also like, is it like something, because like we're talking about new product and stuff, right? But is it something that you guys also think about for DEX? Like, because I think that the difference between the DEX and the sexes, like, is the sexes are easier, like for common people, to access. And also, like, I think we here like all facing the same challenges, and what do you think that new dexes, like how they can like take over like sexes or whatsoever? Do you think like there is some kind of gamification of some kind of like erasing like the decentralized layer at least?
Damn, that was a fire question, bro. That we toned out. Andrew, you want to address that maybe?
Yeah, for sure. Noodle, first off, I didn't know you were in Indonesia right now, so good for you. but yeah, just to kind of hit on that, I mean, I can't get into too many of the specifics, though I would say, go on the Hashflow website, look at the roadmap. You guys are big brains. You should be able to decipher most of it. But for me, I mean, I really did kind of have my choice of where I wanted to go next. And you better believe that I chose a place that I thought could onboard normies and actually drive mass adoption. And so a lot of what we'll be focusing on and a lot of things we'll be working on are kind of exactly what you're talking about, Noodle, which is like, to your point on the game side, what I've seen so far, and you know more about this than I do, is a lot of games where most of the gameplay is built on like a Unity engine or something more traditional, and the blockchain's used for kind of the onboard and the offboard component. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit different when we're talking about dexes, but at the same time, I think if you look at the background of the dev team here and you look at the background of the C team here, I mean, a lot of these folks do have very strong traditional, big tech Web 2 experience. And so even when I looked at the Hashflow app, which if you haven't looked at it yet, definitely go take a look. You'll notice it's very, very streamlined. It's very simple. It's very clean. I mean, that's very much like a Web 2 design mentality. And, we've got even an in-house designer from Meta. But yes, I think a big thing for us is one, simplicity, two, creating an onboarding experience that isn't as difficult. So for example, like we just partnered with MoonPay to create a fiat on-ramp. There's going to be more and more things like that. And then the other thing I would say too, just in terms of like things that attracted me to Hashflow, there are certain capabilities that I just haven't seen yet in dexes. And those are some of the questions that candidly I asked the C-suite team here before I came in. And there's basically a roadmap to kind of address pretty much all of those issues. So I remain very bullish. I think when we look at the Hashverse specifically, which I know you guys are both alpha allegiances, which we'll talk about later, right now I think that does look much more like a typical kind of GameFi layer, which folks like us will very much understand and get excited by. Who knows over time how that evolves, But it's great question. I don't typically get questions this in depth.
Hey man, that's what happens. You got degens in the space. They're going to ask some in-depth questions. These people know the space inside and out. So.
I've known Noodle for a while. He's a big brain for sure.
Gigabrains, bro. Gigabrains and Chads. That's what we're surrounded with in this space all the time. We do have a ton of questions. I do want to try and keep the ball rolling here. With game builders like the Lost Donkeys, content creators like Blockmates, and then gamification strategies like Hashflow is using with Hashverse. This industry is kind of primed to enter a gaming era. Do you kind of see the gaming being the crux of the next bull run, or is this hype maybe a little bit overblown? I guess Donkeys, you guys have a game. You want to take that first, and I'll pass it to Blockmates.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and answer this one. So, in my personal opinion, I genuinely think that NFT gaming will spark the next NFT bull run. When and how, I don't know. I think the smartest speculative person in the world couldn't sit down and tell you like, hey, Bitcoin's going to go to 69K, ETH's going to hit 4.4. You know what I mean? Like those things just like don't really happen, right? And the reason I say this about NFT gaming is because what it's changing the industry to become, and Noodle kind of touched on that in the beginning, right? So I actually sat down with I'm the oldest in my family. I have a bunch of brothers and sisters, and I have a little brother. He's 9 years old, right? He plays Fortnite, and I tried explaining NFTs to him, and he couldn't understand. And I said, hey buddy, so you buy skins on Fortnite, don't you? He said, yeah, I buy skins on Fortnite. I said, what if you were able to buy, sell, and trade your skins whenever you wanted, and they weren't stuck to your account? You could maybe make money off that skin. What if that skin was discontinued like the John Wick and no one else can get it and someone wants to pay you a lot of money? Wouldn't you feel good making money about it instead of just giving your money to the game? That was the first time he looked at me as a young kid and understood what it was that I was trying to tell him about crypto. And I think it's that big flip switch in the world of gaming where we have kids that are just in it for the fun. And let's be honest, I don't play Call of Duty to get rich. I don't play Call of Duty to make money. I play Call of Duty to hang out with my friends. I want to talk with my friends. I want to rage on the game, and I want to enjoy myself. So I think it's once we merge those two things together of people enjoying what it is that they're doing, they might be able to make a little bit of money, and they own the asset themselves. And that's the beautiful thing to me about NFT gaming. So I genuinely think, and we're so early in the space, so early in the space. And I say this all the time, that a lot of the stuff that we're doing is for the first time, and not just in the technological world, but, Web3 and crypto. when you're doing something for the first time, it's not just difficult, but it's groundbreaking. So it takes time, it takes effort, it takes funds, you know what I mean? So I think we're early. I really do think that once NFT gaming gets to the point to where we can consistently see new games come out that are not only fun, but maybe you can make some money, that's what's going to drive, in my opinion, the next spike with like NFTs and NFT gaming and the NFT bull run. But that's just my personal opinion. I know Noodle feels very strongly the same way. We're both nerds to the core. I play Age of Empires too. I'm playing the remaster version. That tells you how much of a nerd I am. So we love gaming and we love our community, man. That's what we do this for, is for the fun and love of everything, So yeah, dude, I love what we're doing and I love what we're building.
Hey, man, nerds are going to rule the world. So, I respect that. And look, some of those early season Fortnite skins, like the Black Knight, bro, I'd pay 1 ETH for a Black Knight Fortnite skin right now, bro. So, some of those ones early on were absolutely crisp. Blockmate, same question to you. Would love to hear your take on that as well.
Yeah, I honestly, like Lambo was saying, I wish I had the foresight to predict when it was going to happen. I think everyone understands that it will happen. It's just a matter of like time duration, time horizon around it. I think there's a few key bits of infrastructure that need to be a little bit more commonplace to allow it to happen. And I think we've seen a really big one of those pieces get solidified like over the past 48 hours with Axie getting approved onto the Apple Store. And the reason I say that is I didn't like buy into this at all, the whole NFT gaming thing, until around 18 months ago when I was walking around the streets of I think it was Chiang Mai in Thailand, and I seen this guy sat at the side of the street, and he's got like this man-made device, this big metal stick with about 12 different phones playing on it, and he's just playing Axie on all 12 devices, and just like skimming, not even like paying attention to what he's doing, but his hands just like immediately know and instinctively know where to go. And I was like, and then as soon as I seen that, I was like, shit, this clicks, right? This makes a lot of sense. But I do think a lot of this shit is, I think in the Western world, we're in our own little narrow lane and little bubble where we think everything has to be desktop. In the eastern parts of the world, I'm living out there now, a lot of shit is mobile first. And I think the first big kind of game to solidify itself probably will be mobile first. And seeing the kind of app store, Apple Store, and maybe like the Google Store coming a little bit more. Just even opening up to like the likes of Axie, and you're seeing the Uniswap wallet get approved and stuff like that. I think there's just a few little things that need to get solidified first, but I think we started to see the early signs of the big gatekeepers allowing that to happen, I think.
Can you expand on?
Actually, Alan, one thing I was just going to say, I think you hit the nail on the head, and this kind of goes back to what Noodle was saying. I mean, it's really about ease of adoption, right? And I think I do agree with you on the mobile side. I don't think people understand the power of casual gaming, the power of mobile gaming from a global perspective, and also just the adoption of casual gaming by women. You look at this industry right now, and I think most of the metrics I see are 75% male, but you look at the user demos against casual gaming, and a lot of it tends to be female. So I think that's an interesting thing to think about. But, think about the difference between trying to set up a hardware wallet versus, downloading something off an app store. It has, in a sense, a wallet integrated into the app, and you don't even know the wiser. And I think the other thing I would add to that, kind of what you were talking about before, is a lot of people always assume things are going to be desktop first, but even just look at Brazil, where, one of the reasons social took off so quickly there versus other countries is just mobile was significantly greater than desktop to begin with. And I think to your point, like, we do get very, very focused on very specific countries, and we don't understand really the macro opportunity at all times. So yeah, just a good call out by Grant.
Yeah, I kind of want to continue on that question because a lot of us are, U.S. based, and our perspective is somewhat national. So, if Blockmates, if you could kind of expand on like what is the vibe like outside of America? Like, are people pretty bullish on crypto? I mean, the U.S. media has said that crypto is dead about every 5 seconds. What is kind of your perspective? Outside, what are you seeing outside the borders here?
Yeah, I've been like.
I mean, I can
Go
speak
for
for
it.
France.
Go for it.
I mean, yeah, people getting more and more into crypto. I believe that the last bull run really helped for general knowledge. Like people didn't even know what it was. and because people were making like shit ton of money and stuff here and there, that everyone had a friend who made like shit ton of money. So how it started, and now people are getting more and more aware. So it's pretty good, but we still have a long way to go.
Yeah, and we all have a friend who made a bag. I was not that friend, but I'm happy for my friends who did. Blockmates, do you have anything you want to add on to that?
Yeah, it's very strange. Depending, I've been like living around Asia for like the past 2 years, and obviously being from the UK, it's completely flips any perception of what you had on its head. But um, it's a little bit. I'd say there's a huge kind of uptick in and focus, particularly in the likes of Thailand, Vietnam, maybe Philippines, on kind of NFT gaming, things like that. And I think Axie was the first catalyst to really kick that off. But it's pretty much the same where wherever you go around Asia, people are always interested. Like we had a guy who came around to finalize our rent on the place that we're staying, and we got chatting into it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I like the shit coins. I like the shit coins." So it's pretty much the same over. Humans are humans, aren't they? So, but yeah, as I said, around Asia, I'm particularly bullish on kind of mobile first. So anyone who can kind of crack that, I think they've got a huge leg up.
I love that. Yeah, shitcoins can definitely break your heart. Lambo, what's up, man?
45% of all the people who play video games in the world play it on a mobile device. And that percentage, on average, went up 5% from last year, from 21 to 22, the most recent statistics. So this is actually something I talk about really consistently, that the biggest demographic in gaming is mobile. And that actually leads to exactly what you guys were talking about, is the availability of technology in other countries. So because places like Nigeria and Brazil don't have as much access to cell phones, to computers, they have more access to cell phones, it's creating a bigger demographic. So I think mobile gaming is the future, not just in Web3, but Web2. I think mobile gaming is it.
I probably concur with that, man. It's a lot of fun. Even though you're waiting for something, you open a game real quick. You're just killing time. It's something that we all enjoy doing as well. Just continuing these questions here. The Hashverse is launching soon. We've partnered with Semiconductor or Superconductor, the Hollywood agency whose founders are behind the Marvel and Fast and Furious franchises. Both of your communities will be alpha allegiances in the Hashverse's first ever battle royale. Your inboxes must be full of collab requests. So I'm curious, what persuaded you to participate in the Hashverse, and why work with Hashflow out of all the other organizations out there? Blockmates, you want to go first?
Yeah. No, to be fair, we've been following Hashflow for a while. We kind of have to. If we're not, we're kind of conning ourselves, aren't we? But as soon as me and Dan, our resident geek, got kind of alerted to the fact of what you guys were building, we just sat down for about 10-15 minutes and it's just like, right, who do we have to bribe to get on top of this? And we seen that Andrew is getting involved, and it was like, right, we're just going to send Andrew like a load of whiskey or a load of wine so we can get involved in this, because it's something like it benefits us, right? If we're kind of putting ourselves out there across the board and like trying to support and trying to get involved with like novel and innovative stuff. As I was saying earlier, it's one of our kind of key checkpoints before we even begin to commentate on any product in the space. And we hadn't seen anything like it. So we'd feel a bit fucking stupid, to put it politely, if we weren't kind of covering or trying to get involved with this. So it was really refreshing to see such a novel take on an area of the industry that's so vastly underserved, I think. So anything that you need from us, we're here to help. And Dan's probably, I always get a little bit concerned when how excited Dan gets about this, because he's got a newsletter to write and he's got some BD stuff to do. And I can imagine that's going to fall off a cliff as soon as we get our hands on it.
Tough, man. Go ahead, Andrew.
I was going to say, Dan, just win that prize, and then maybe you don't have to do as much BD.
I love that. Yeah, and Lambo, Donkeys, you guys want to chip in as well?
Andrew, I would follow Andrew to Valhalla. I would follow him anywhere. I'm the first person to tell you, dude, I'm not really bullish on things. I'm bullish on people. Like when I want to get to know projects, when I want to get to know the core people, I get to know the team members and I have conversations with them face to face, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm fully doxed. I've talked to Andrew face to face before, dude. I would literally follow this guy down a dark alley to wherever the fuck it goes, dude. I really, really, really mean that. And I'm bullish on people. I'm super bullish on Andrew. I think he feels the same way about me. I don't know. But yeah, dude, that's my whole take on it.
Andrew is an absolute legend, man. I mean, we feel very, very fortunate to have gotten him here. CMO of Hashflow. I've already learned a ton from him. He's only been here for a month or two. Time's already flying. But Andrew, it's an absolute honor for you to be here. I echo the sentiments of our fellow guests. I would follow you anywhere as well. Andrew, you want to take the next question, sir?
Would love to. And yes, I adore Lambo, as many Urbanites know. One of the few folks that has my cell phone number. All right, cutting back. So let's get into the alpha. You guys are both alpha allegiances. We'll give a little bit of info just for anyone that's kind of joining in now. If you are just getting involved, definitely follow the Hashverse account, because we've been putting out some really great threads around information, a little bit of alpha around what's going to be happening. A little more alpha. We will be releasing a game guide very soon, which will bring all that information together in a really kind of easy to wrap your head around way. We're all about onboarding folks in an easy way. One of the things that's going to be really exciting is there will be alpha allegiances, and there will be a separate leaderboard for alpha allegiances. And being a member of an alpha allegiance has some benefits. So if you're curious as to kind of who some of these allegiances are, head over to the Discord, join the guild, and when you scroll down, you'll see there's an alpha aligned role, and that's a little bit of alpha in terms of kind of what some of those allegiances are going to be. So that's just a little bit of context for folks before we jump into the question. But for both of you guys, and I know both of you have very strong opinions on this. Have you already decided who's going to be in your allegiance? How can people join your allegiance? And then I guess I'll just close it out because I know you guys are going to probably shit talk each other. Do you have a strategy to secure the big W and walk home with a big bag? And we haven't revealed what the prize is yet, but it is quite meaningful.
Yeah. I was on tour yesterday to find a hit, so it'll be easy. I'll just target every opponent, so I'll just make sure that the donkey get the prize,
Tactical.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
we've so what we did when we initially set up the Blockmates community Discord is there's a activity bot that you can track in there, so it kind of ranks people on how active they are. So you kind of Mantra's in the chat, he's number one. He's got 25 times more interactions than me, and even though it's my own Discord. So what we're going to do is we're going to distribute it to the top 20, see who wants to join, and then see who's got the time to participate, because we're not dragging any stragglers along. We're here to win. So we're going to do it that way. Anyone who's kind of a core contributor can help out. As I say, Dan has a newsletter to look after, but I have to kind of write that, and he can get his hands dirty and pick up the win. Then we'll just set Dan off. Doesn't sleep much anyway, so we'll just let him nerd out for a couple of days and try and get us the win. But yeah, we're ready to fight anyone. Dan's been training for a duathlon, so I think he's more than ready.
I feel like if Dan were on the stage right now, he would just go off on a rant for 30 seconds about every single team he was going to take down. I'm going to slice some fools. I know Dan very well. Actually, two quick things to kind of call out, which is a little bit more alpha for folks. One, when you do enter the Hashverse, and we will put out some information soon as to the timing around that, make sure the wallet you're connecting has your PFP in it, because there will be a special surprise. The other thing, and hopefully you guys are going to get a little spicier than you just did, we will be unlocking our Smack Talk Discord channel soon. And a little more alpha, the stickers were designed by someone in the Diamond Pepes community, and if you're familiar with that community, you can only assume how ridiculous the stickers will be. So, anyways, just a little more fun alpha for you guys.
Lambo, any strategies that are on top of mind for you, sir?
Shit talking. That's it, man. I'm telling you right now, dude. You get in fucking people's heads, dude. If you can't tell, I'm a master with my words, and it's hilarious because I got a degree in fucking accounting, and I'm one of the best speakers I've ever met. I sat at a desk for 2 years and didn't speak to anyone and just fucking grinded my ass off doing fucking returns. Yeah, so the one thing I've learned is your power of words, people. So if you guys are gonna play this game, you want a chance to win, you better learn how to talk some fucking shit.
Facts. No cap, man. You
Getting spicy.
got to live rent free, man. Like you said, like you win the mental battle, like that shit is absolutely wrapped. So I love that you guys are getting hyped. And I guess the next question I have is, is there a community you're looking forward to battling in particular? Bragging rights and some sweet green are all on the line. Is there anybody you want to call out before we get into the battle down the road?
Man, I think everyone here would understand. I'd love to fuck Bankless up. if they're ever getting involved, yeah, I'll personally fight those guys.
Calling them out, this is like a title fight, man. We got the boxers, we're calling everybody out for the next ring. I love that. Lambo, what about you, man? What are you thinking?
So my thing with stuff like this is if you're not with me, you're against me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I'm very competitive, dude. I grew up playing sports. I grew up with a sports dad, if you know what I mean. So I'm super competitive, dude. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. If you're not with the donkeys in this competition, I genuinely don't care. I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to give you any alpha. I'm not going to be cool to you. That's just how it's going to be, I'm a very, very, very cool person. I'm actually one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I never cause problems. But when it comes to a competition, you are my enemy. You are in our way. Watch out for the fucking Lost Donkeys because we are here to win. Understand that shit.
Damn. That is fucking savage, bro. That is
Drop the mic.
Dropping the mic, man. I'm telling you, like, that is like, the blockmates and the donkeys are out here, for blood. Like, they're not playing around. And also, like, we can't tell you what the bag is going to be, but the bag is a capital B. You know what I'm saying? It's a B-A-G, bag. Like, that shit's about to be real. So you guys don't want to be missing on that. And I guess, we'll continue on this. Do you have any previous history with battle royales? What has your experience been? Your Hashverse victory or carnage will be on chain forever. Does that add any pressure to your performance as well? Blockmates, you want to go first?
Well, I hope it isn't a trading competition because we're going to need all the medipacks that you can get based on my past trading experience over the past couple of weeks. But Dan might be able to commentate a little bit more on that. But yeah, let's hope it's not a trading competition, or we might be bottom of the leaderboard given the past couple of weeks.
Oh man, yeah, it's tough out here, man. It's not easy at all. I invited Dan up. We'll see if he can take a break from his newsletter. I know he's grinding, but what about you, Lambo, donkeys? You guys have experience in competitions like this before?
Like as a project for us, I would say this is, we were just involved in one with AI Arena. We unfortunately got knocked out because of, just the way it works. I'll go ahead and let Noodle. Okay, yeah, we took last.
Just say we're left.
Yeah, we took last. But this one was a little bit different. I know I just kind of contradicted myself right there. If you really look at it, we were first place in getting knocked out. So, I mean, we took first in something, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I mean, positive, like just be positive, It's important in life, right?
Yeah, for sure. No, I was actually pretty busy. I've been back and forth out of town for the last 3 weeks, which is when everything was happening. And then Noodle's in Asia right now, like he just said. So we're kind of both just getting back into the swing of things. So yeah, kind of shitty timing for us on that one.
100%. Well, look, man, you guys are gonna be doing just fine. Go ahead, Andrew. Sorry.
I'm going to give you a little more alpha, friends. I agree with Noodle. I think being positive is important. So one fun thing about the Hashverse that we have yet to tell anyone, so this is the first time anyone's hearing this, is there will be 2 ways to compete and benefit your team. So one is, unfortunately for you blockmates, one is very trading focused. However, there will also be opportunities for folks that are not traders to do things to also win prizes and also support their allegiance. So if you're not a big trader or you're not a good trader, you can still participate, you can still have fun, and there's still some really awesome opportunities for you as well.
Yep, you heard it from the man himself, the goat. The goat is talking. Dan, I don't know if you're still working on that newsletter or not, but what about you, sir? You have any experience with trading competitions? Do you have any pressure knowing that your results are going to be on chain forever?
Mate, do you know how I am, mate? Back in the day, I was leader of one of the biggest clans in RuneScape. We were tearing up the wilderness, right? Like, I am not scared of a donkey. I ain't scared of a beautifully perfect skinned man from Bankless. Like, I'm gonna say, bring all of you motherfuckers on, right? We'll suck at the trading competition, not gonna lie. Like, our blockmates, we're really good at commentating on the market. We're shit traders, but when it comes to the fighting, we are two fists ready to go.
Hey, Dan, quick question: Are you whitewater rafting right now? What's going on?
Mate, it's always an adventure where I am. No, I'm telling you.
Hey guys, unfortunately Dan didn't make it down the rapids, so we'll be looking for an additional member to join the blockmates team.
We got some banter in here, man. Donkeys are, using their soundboard rent free, and it's like it's crazy. Dan, you gonna take that? You gonna take that soundboard nonsense, man?
1v1 me, motherfucker. Let's do this.
I'll meet you in
Ain't even scared, baby.
Yeah, this is about to be legit, man. You got like the gladiators in Rome, back in the day, and then like 2023, you got like the Hashverse battle royales, man. Like, shit has changed over time. That's kind of crazy, but I guess we'll continue this trading conversation a little bit. Transitioning to meme coins. Meme coins turned everybody into a trader, whether it was a good trader, a bad trader, or whatever. Do you guys have a background in trading before meme season? Did you think that meme coins are overall like good or bad for the space? Like, would love to hear the POV on that. I guess blockmates, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm kind of still coping from missing Pepe after us commentating on it at like 500k. I'm pretty sure we put it in the newsletter as well, and then just didn't do anything about it. But no, as a whole, I think they're incredibly important for pointing out severe cope. People who just don't get it, like just mid curve in it. It just makes no sense. You've just got to lose a few brain cells and kind of just buy shit, just throw shit at the wall, see what sticks. I also think they're a pretty good onboarding tool. I know it's kind of controversial because a lot of people get rinsed towards the end, but I do think they're a good onboarding tool, particularly if it's on chain. You hear like your driver talking about this Pepe coin, you learn how to use MetaMask and use Uniswap. Hopefully, you're not using MetaMask swap like some idiot in the space has been doing recently and selling all these tokens. But yeah, I think net positive. They're always a good top signal. Liquidity just flying down to the more riskier ends of the spectrum. But yeah, still severely coping off Pepe after we pointed it out at like sub $1 million market cap and didn't do anything about it.
How'd that? And you guys discovered Pepe early, and you guys were just like, maybe not. Like, what happened there? Like, why didn't you follow through on that?
We have this thing where we're really good at pointing shit out and then doing absolutely nothing about it. So it's like do as I say, not as I do, and all that shit. But yeah, it's still haunting me to this day. I've just plugged into this new web app that someone's created where it shows you your most paper-handed trade, and if anyone looks at the profile, you'll be able to see it. On a particularly bad trade of last year, I sold for like 2 ETH, and it would have been worth a couple $100,000. So again, just general cope fuels the blockmates machine, I think. So yeah, that's just us. So I don't think the trading competition is going to go pretty well.
If you're not going to take advantage of the alpha, I guess I will. I'll have to start reading a little bit more blockmates content, and I'll be thanking you when you guys print me generational wealth. Donkeys, would love to hear your take on meme coins as well.
Noodle, you want to take that one?
I'd like to take it if I could hear the question, but like the Wi-Fi is ragging me here, so I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, so blockmates, bro. I mean, I don't think like again, dude. I don't think the smartest person could have sat down and been like, yeah, this contract that was created not too long ago with a couple $1,000s in liquidity is going to go to SHIB levels, Doge levels. You know what I mean? Who knows what really sparked that? You know what I mean? There's a lot to it. I'm not a big speculator on stuff like that. I'm not a very good trader, but I will say that I have made more money this meme coin season than I've ever made in Web3. And I don't know why. It just kind of happened. I quit my career at a CPA firm in December and went full-time Web3. And I'm making money, and it's great. But the thing with meme coins and stuff like that is FOMO. You know, we see the Pepes, we see the new things getting released and different stuff like that. My big thing with it is, man, is, you know, don't FOMO. Don't invest anything that you're not ready to lose because, I mean, let's face it, it's all gambling. If you really, okay, I live in Vegas, right? I live 2 blocks from Fremont Street. I've lived in Las Vegas for 12 years, and I know a lot about gambling. I've met people with deep gambling addictions, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, financial investing in crypto, same thing, guys. If you're not buying like Bitcoin or Ethereum, just trying to hold like this is all NFA, non-financial advice, because I don't want you guys to get wrecked. And I think that's a big thing. You see people make money off Rocket token or Pepe or whatever's going on, and then you think to yourselves, okay, something is going to be next. Well, these are Web3s in cycles, right? You know, and right now we're cycling where people are making money and people are losing money. You know, there's really very few winners in the world of crypto, and there's a lot of losers. You know, let's face it, because when you make money, someone else just got dumped on. So that's really my big take on the meme coins. I mean, I think it's great that it's bringing some people in, FOMO, blah blah blah. But I don't want to see my friends get hurt.
I think this, just to put in a second there, I think this mini kind of meme cycle, the past one that's gone led by Pepe, was I definitely started to see a lot more NFT orientated people buy in, and I don't know why that was. I don't know if it's because the market's completely dead and boring and people flock towards better opportunities. But this time around, it seemed like a lot more NFT focused guys were getting onboarded to the shitcoin casino, as it were.
I agree.
I don't know if anyone's got any insight into that, but I saw it.
Bro, I'm not even a trader, and I was like, hey, I was seeing literal rocks like make $100,000. So I was like, you know what? Let's just see what happens, And I'm curious as well. Like we've seen like a lot of ETH, meme coin seasons. I got a little bit into the Solana meme coin season. That was a interesting experience. But do you kind of expect to see, an Arbitrum meme coin season, a Solana meme coin season, kind of emerge down the road, or we think it's going to stay on ETH?
It's happening as we speak, friend.
You got any alpha that you're not going to capitalize on that maybe you want to share with us?
NFA, guys, I'm sorry. The only project I'd be willing to talk about today would be the Lost Donkeys, purely for the sole reason of professionalism and the fact that I don't want to see my friends get hurt. It doesn't matter. Like I said, if a few people make money, a lot of people lost. So I've worked very, very, very hard on image and stuff like that and building up the Lost Donkeys. I do work with some other projects, but no, not today. I'm sorry.
Respect, man.
I've got a. I'd like to see it happen. I don't think they can get to an extremely large market cap on other chains. I'd like to be proved wrong. I think there's a few bubbling on Solana at the minute. There's a few bubbling on Arbitrum, and my core thesis behind it is people are locked into the position on Ethereum because when gas spikes, they can't afford to sell. that's a huge factor of it. So you're kind of locked into the price until you can afford to sell. That's the core thesis.
Bro, this season was wild. Like gas was insane. Like I've never seen liquidity move so quickly, in and out of projects before. It's like, you couldn't really leave your computer. It was certainly an interesting experience for myself, as I'm not really a trader, but just kind of got into it recently. I got another question here for you. You never want to count the chickens before they hatch, but if you do secure glory on the battlefield, what do you think you'll do with your winnings? Like I'm curious. Like you guys have any plans for that bag if you guys take it home?
With some of the money I made, I took my 3 brothers and sisters to the mall and bought them school clothes, and then I took them all to Dave & Buster's.
Well, that sounds lovely, man. I mean, the Hashverse bag, you might be able to buy at Dave & Buster's. We'll see. But I love that.
Yeah, dude, I'm all about my family. I come from a really, 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 really poor Mexican family, dude. So, like, I took my little brother and bought him 2 pairs of Jordans. I bought my little sister Miss Me jeans. I bought my other little sister Dunks. Like, yeah, they just were off the fucking on the moon, bro. So, like, to me, that's the most important, dude. Anyone out there listening, if you're making some money and you have family and friends that are struggling, don't be a piece of dog shit, dude. Okay, don't get rich and watch your friends struggle around you. Okay, it's a mutual thing. If your friends are winning, you're winning. And that's important. And don't forget about your family members, guys. I really, really, really mean that.
Yeah, that's the biggest piece of alpha we've heard today. Blockmates, what about you? If you win that Hashverse Battle Royale bag, what's on the agenda?
So we've got a big rebrand and a whole new website coming out and things like that. So we'll probably use it as some kind of incentive for people who are like, give value to us, you'll get value back. So we'll probably incentivize some community members that have helped us out over the past couple of years. Try and give it back to them, I think.
Love that. Again, that kind of leads into the next question and the last one that I have for you guys. We've talked a lot about Hashverse, but what's next for Blockmates? What's next for Lost Donkeys? What can we look forward to down the road over these next few months? I'd love to just hear what you guys have planned. Blockmates, you want to take point, or Lambo, you want to go first? Either one.
Go ahead, Blockmates.
All right, sweet. Yeah, so as just touched upon there, we've got a full new refresh and a new site coming. It's all singing, all dancing. So our current site's complete dog shit. So don't take that at face value. So it's going to be, we're positioning it as kind of a Mazzari for degenerates. So retail focused, research reports, news, token analysis, trend forecasting, all that good stuff. Hopefully we can start challenging the big boys, and that's kind of where our main focus is at the minute. So there's going to be, I don't think I've mentioned this, there's going to be more alpha. There's going to be a series of quests to decide who actually gets to participate on this, and there's something attached to the end of the quests that we can't release just yet, but keep an eye on it. You might keep seeing our Discord get open for an hour or two. If you fancy jumping in, jump in. A whole lot of fun shit going on there, but yeah, big rebrand, big rollout for the new website, and lots of fun stuff.
One quick little shout out for you guys. I think one of the things that has most impressed me with Blockmates is just you guys cover things that no one else covers. It's like, I love the fact that you nodded to Massari because I'm a huge Massari fan, but you guys really dig in, you really do the research, and like you discover these gems and opportunities that I just don't typically see, in a lot of other media spaces. Because as you guys know, I mean, the typical model is bring guests on, let them shill, no fact checking. But anyways, for anyone that hasn't kind of been on Blockmates before or subscribed to the newsletter, like I really do find a lot of value in it. So great work, gents.
100%. Definitely some real ones in the space, creating some dope ass content with lots of alpha. So we have a lot of love for you guys, and we appreciate you participating in the Hashverse as well. Lambo, Donkeys, would love to hear what's on your agenda as well.
Noodle, are you have a good connection right now? Because you're the only one that can answer this. I'm not allowed to give away anything like this, so that's up to him.
I think Noodle's not even on the stage anymore, man. So that's
no. Okay. So anyways, it says he's speaker. It says he's speaker. Noodle, can you hear us?
Oh man, this is like trying to speak to the other side, Noodle, can you blink once if you can?
Okay. Lambo, do you want to talk about donk boards? Because that's public information.
Okay, I'm right here. What was the question?
There he is. What is next coming for donkeys?
Oh, so we decided that because we love utility, so we decided that we're gonna ship a IRL donkey to every donkey holder. Because who doesn't like a donkey, right? So of course, people will need to agree first and fill a form to give us their address, of course, so we can ship a donkey. But that's the big thing coming. And aside from that, we have the donk board game coming. We'll release the beta, I'll say in less than a week, so it's very soon. And after that, we'll need, I'll say, a couple of weeks of testing to make sure that everything is fine before launching the prize pool and stuff. So people will be able to practice extra in order to win the big prize pool every month. And a little alpha. We're currently building multiplayer hub where people can meet, chat together and stuff, instead of hanging out in a Twitter conversation or whatsoever. People will be able to meet together in the Lost Land and just chat there.
Pretty fire, man. So we got a real donkey to look forward to, and you guys are building some dope ass products. It's that's why we love hanging out with you guys, man. You guys are making us look good. Andrew, what's up?
Yeah, Noodle, I was just gonna say, just to reiterate. So I've got a KYC for the D. Is that what you're saying?
KYC for what?
For the donkey,
Yeah.
the live donkey.
Of course. I mean, okay, no, maybe I'm not gonna do the dirty joke right now. It's better. Yeah, I mean, yeah. No worry, I already have your address. I'll send you 2 donkeys.
Lambo, you don't got to raise your hand. You just go ahead and shout out, man.
Okay, so yeah, just to reiterate what Noodle said, so hopefully within the next week, Donkey Board Beta is coming. That is our app game that we have been working on for months. If you have a donkey and a barn, you can go right now to thelostdonkeys.com and you can play with your donkey in the Lost Lands. You can walk all over our map. Our map looks just like our own version of Stardew Valley, and that is actually the game that we're developing. So the Lost Lands game is our whole mega game. The Endless Runner is a game within the Lost Lands game. It is mobile compatible, and that is coming. Beta is coming within a week. Just like Noodle said, we need a couple more weeks of beta testing and stuff like that. Maybe there will be some bounties if people are helping us through beta testing, figure out big things, because there's going to be a prize pool. You're going to have the ability to, when you play our game, to pay 1 magic. It goes to the prize pool, and then at the end of the month, we are going to have a leaderboard that distributes the magic and possibly some NFT prizes. So we wouldn't release something like with a large pool like that where people can, have benefit without it being perfect. So we're getting ready for beta. We're really, really, really excited. I can't even tell you guys. Noodle says less than a week. Just keep watching out for us. I mean, we've been busting our ass on this stuff, dude. We can't even tell you guys. I can't even tell you how much stress Noodle has gone through with development because he's working directly with our developers. So, thank you, Noodle, for everything you do, man, for real, because we are about to drop some shit, guys.
Got some serious giga brains in this space, man. You guys are making me feel smart. That's all I like to hear. I just fucking post memes. I write some tweets for Hashflow. I'm not doing all this cool stuff. So, look, we appreciate you guys. This Basic Degenomics is brought to you by Hashflow. We're here every Thursday having conversations with awesome people like the Lost Donkeys and Blockmates. Guys, is there any final words that you guys want to share before we wrap this up?
Hee-haw!
Brilliant. Blockmates.
Did you just do the hee-haw, Lambo? I love you.
Andrew, let me hear it.
Hee-haw!
I can't match that. So yeah.
Look, this is awesome though, guys. I really appreciate you joining us. We'd love hearing a little bit more. Go ahead, donkeys. Go. You got anything to say, man?
No,
chirping.
I really wanted to thank you guys, and the most important thing that I want to say to the community out there.
Guys, these crypto spaces are unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life before, and I will never probably experience them again. It's kind of crazy. It's a beautiful thing. Look, we appreciate all of you. The Hashverse is coming soon. Andrew, is there any final words from you, sir?
Yeah, just one more time. Don't forget, guys, go to the Discord, join the guild, scroll down to the Alpha Allegiances. If you're a member of Blockmates, if you're a member of Donks, you'll be very pleasantly surprised. There's also other Alpha Allegiances that you may already be a part of as well, but definitely don't sleep on that Alpha. It's you're getting a leg up right now compared to other people.
Don't sleep on the Hashverse, fam. We got a big bag coming to the champion. Some of you might get wrecked, but some of you are going to be, walking home as a champion, and it's going to be cemented on chain forever. So your great grandkids are going to be able to point that out on Etherscan and be like, look what my grandfather did. How many people are going to be able to say that? Not many. But look, we love you all. We appreciate you joining us. Basic Degenomics will be back soon. Again, this is brought to you by Hashflow, and much love, fam. You guys enjoy the rest of your week here and the weekend.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.